and eggs on them, and then throw the beer bottles. I have personally been thrown off a wine bottle or a whiskey bottle on a bus, and Amala was thrown a beer bottle on her, and this has all happened. So there are so many. Kripamaya Prabhu has written a nice article on that. Is he and Janana Prabhu are doing Harinam on Soho Square and was on the way to Chinatown, and someone threw some fresh eggs on them. Can you imagine? So they are compassionate. That is their compassion. Want to give completely themselves to the holy name of the Lord, so that that holy name will take care of the people who are completely fallen and superly conditioned. That is the compassion I am talking about, which will fit in the mode of goodness. But your goodness, your compassionate is not in the mode of goodness. It is in the mode of ignorance. Because you are talking about a very bodily structure, and that fellow got wounded, or sometimes what happens, these people, right, the homeless people, they'll simply tie one white bandage and something and show that white bandage as some kind of fresh acid. They're putting a bangles, they will show it. They say, oh my god, you got hurt. Yeah, I got hurt, what to do, I'm sorry, please spare a change. The word is coming out from their mouth all the time, only what, please spare a change. But what happens to us, we will feel compassionate because this fellow is very, very badly placed. Let me at least give him by a donation. I'm not saying don't give a donation. Please give a donation, but not a donation of a rupees or a pound. Alternatively, cook nice Krishna Prasadam, offer it to the Supreme Lord. Give him that. If that touches the soul, then there is purification to that person, and he will go back. Why do you think we are working so hard to do this food for all? The food for all is not you have been a part of it when you have always been before the lockdown. You have been in the university, right? And you have given it to the homeless, new beginnings many times. What does it mean? Why? Because we know that there are people who are desperately waiting. Today morning we cooked at around 12 o'clock, 12:30. Pratap Mahaprabhu went and delivered it. 40 people are waiting desperately for that hot food. Then we don't know who these people are who are going to be the consumers of that. All we know is we offer to Jagannath, and Jagannath is going to reciprocate to that soul who is desperately looking for that conscious improvement. From the mode of ignorance or minus ignorance, we are trying to bring them to the mode of at least passion. Forget about mode of goodness, but we are trying at least to bring them to the passion. So this is what Krishna consciousness is all about. So kindly note, your compassion is really, really genuine. I really appreciate it. But I will ask you another question, Prabhu. It's not just why are we only cared or scared? Why are we only cared, or why are we only feeling so much very compassionate towards people, right? Who have these kind of situations and all that. We actually we are not related to them in any manner, not a blood related, right? So we feel, sometimes we feel very compassionate to our own family members. Oh, look, they are not doing well. They are, what do you call, economically not well, right? All these things, kind of things, you feel compassionate. Oh, he's not doing well economically, or he's not doing well in his studies and all that. We feel bad. But that feeling of badness is only at the level in which we are thinking about, oh, that is not good for him for his future. But have we ever thought that to give that purity, that holy name or Prabhupada books, to make them understand that they are not this body, they are a spirit soul, then that will change, isn't it, Prabhu?
Yeah.
That's the idea behind all our understanding here. That is why Prabhupada did not mention compassionate as a separate entity or an item, line item. If you notice that Prabhupada mentioned mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance, but he put everything based on this charity needs to be done by giving dutiful specification, but no returns, making sure it's given to a worthy candidate or unworthy candidate. All these things was what Prabhupada did, but he never talked about the bodily aspect of everything called compassion. I hope answers your question, Prabhu.
Yeah, that's quite elucidating. Thank you very much.
Thank you there. Hare Krishna. Okay, Prabhu, can we go to the next one if it's there?
Anyone has a question, please unmute your device. Hi Krishna, Hi Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Nice to see you. If anyone has a question for Vishal Prabhu.
Good. No one has any
Prabhu,
question.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
I had a question. Thank you very, very much for tonight's class. Yeah, very inspiring, really. I was wondering, so like for Christmas, I gave Prabhupada's books to my colleagues and to some of my friends who are not devotees. And so like some of them, they were like, wow, thank you, so nice. And then some of them were like, what is this? Why are you giving this to me? And I felt like a bit, I don't know, like I felt not offended for myself, but offended like, this is Prabhupada, how they can say that, like, and they was like, oh, what is this? Like they were not understanding. I was trying to explain, but then yeah, some of them could accept, some of them could not. So what to do in this case? I don't know. Should I get it back? Or like, I don't know. Like I felt
If
a
they
bit.
give it back, please bring it back. What else you can do?
Yeah.
They are not yet ready for that. That's all. You can't force yourself. You can't give a love which is not there, right?
Yeah.
They need to open their heart. Only when they open their heart, the love can go inside. Otherwise, it's only anger, lust, greedy, false ego, anger, envy.
Mm-hmm.
These are the ones which are going to come outside because it's all closed, shut door. Have you ever found love between partners when you have a fight between two of you? It's impossible. Why? Because both your hearts are closed. The window is closed. So it's only lip service going from this side to that side. You say nice words and there'll come very nice sweet words from the other side. It can range between different zones. So that's not going to happen or help us. But the fact remains that we are only a carrier. We are only a messenger. We are only an ambassador representing Srila Prabhupada. It is not that we are the owners of the book, nor we are the owners of that message which we wanted to give it to others. We carry Prabhupada's, Krishna's message to them. Accepting or not is not in our hands, it's their hands. But if we have an intention of, okay, making a tick box in my life that I distributed one book in Bhagavad Gita to some people in my university, and you want to be proud about it, Krishna will only reciprocate. Etamam prapadante tam staiva bhajamyaham. As you reciprocate, Krishna is going to reciprocate back to you. So, but if you are genuinely, honestly wanting to give that soul's message, and you are trying to give that book to that person, wonderful. You have done a great job. You are being a small, wonderful representative instrument in the Lord's hands. And automatically those people will get benefited because Krishna is there in their heart also,
Mm-hmm.
right? Krishna will take care of them.
Yes.
So don't feel bad about it. We are all failures anyway. We are a big failure when we are born because we could not convey the right message to our mothers, and we started crying. But mother also was a big failure because she did not understand why we are crying. Correct? So we are a failure from day one onwards. And now also we are a failure. So what's the point in crying or cribbing about it? Let's be honest about it. That's truthful, right? I'm not saying something hypothetical. We are a failure when we are a child. We are a failure when you are a school student. We are a failure in the college as a college student, because every time we are only lying ourselves. So how will you be honest about when you want to be a messenger or an ambassador or a person who wants to represent Srila Prabhupada and Sri Krishna? We should be honest. We should be trying to be very truthful. As you see, the sacrifice based on the truthful speech, right? Austerity out of speech. So that is what we need to be. And automatically we will be able to take to the right path.
Yes.
I hope answers this question. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for the lovely class. I have a question. So,
Lovely class. I thought I gave some serious business here. I gave a business talk like very important. And you're saying lovely class.
So
Did you see any flower or lotus flower or something behind me?
I saw
How
in
is
that
it lovely?
it was inspiring, lovely and
That is
inspiring.
good. Okay.
So I have a question because you're talking about charity and how you should be conscious about these things. So my question is that, so when we do big distributions, such as we did in our university, and we also did in the Reading, in the Reading as well, we were giving books to the people.
Mhm.
So sometimes I see, so we give the books for free in university, and some people, obviously we don't know what they're going to do afterwards. So do we get the karma, like, because we are giving Prabhupada's book and, Krishna's book. So what happens to
I
the
didn't read
karma.
your last word. What did you say?
I'm just thinking, what did I just say as well?
Correct answer. Ask the question correctly. I need to understand it.
So basically, so when we're giving
Yeah,
these
so,
books
okay, you
out,
distributed books in colleges. What happened?
yes, so some of them after like a 1 month later, people not interested, they're not reading, they will just throw the books away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do we get the karma of these books because we are giving them?
No, you don't get karma for all that.
Okay, we don't get.
Yeah, it's all Krishna karma. Nothing to do with
Okay.
you.
Okay,
You
so
have done
it's
your job. Ends the chapter. You
okay.
don't have to
So
do anything. You don't have anything as beyond that. You don't have a control. It's not in your hands.
okay.
But you need to be conscious about to give to people who are really genuinely interested in. The idea is not to give it to everyone, because this Krishna consciousness is not for everyone. He has to be Sumedasaha. Krishna Varnam Tirsha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yagnair Sankirtana Praya Rejantihi Sumedasaha. One who is intelligent, super intelligent, only then they are the people who can accept this process of Krishna consciousness. So this group of people who are here have been chosen by the Lord. In this group also, there are many who would still be wondering or not yet got to the complete faith that they will be in a position to accept Krishna consciousness completely. So that's a challenge, but they are experimenting. They wanted to spend time and understand whether that's what they wanted, and if that's what they wanted to progress with, right? So then those are the kind of people Krishna will choose and then take them back to Godhead. Manushyanam sahasreshu. It's not that everyone is going back to Godhead immediately, because we need to get purified. But we have started the process. Process is perfect because it is time tested, and also the process is going to take you naturally to the Godhead. But in the progress, some people may get chopped off because they are not yet there. But there is no loss or diminution in the process. Everyone gets benefited, 100% benefit. So that is why we don't have to worry about what happens to that book, what happens. Of course, that's a good thought, but that doesn't mean that you are the controller of that situation. Krishna is there in everyone's heart. That is why he's called Paramatma. He is present in the heart of every living entity, and he is guiding them accordingly. According to your desire, he is channelizing. Okay, go there, go there, go there. Right? What to do? Sometimes good things happen, sometimes bad things happen. You don't have control on all those things. But if you do find some people discarding that books, don't hesitate to go and pick up that books and come back. We can give it to someone who is actually in need of it. This is how it goes. Because, in the early days of Srila Prabhupada's movement, book distributors all across all the different airports in USA, they used to do a lot of book distribution. But there used to be 2 devotees. Their only job is to go and pick up the books from the dustbins. Because the people, they're all volunteers. They are all travelers. So these devotees are all volunteers. So they go and give books, and then they get some donation. Some people will say, oh, that's a great book, I'll have a look at it. And then they'll put it in the bag. After a little 2 steps, 3 steps, they will see this fellow, that fellow, no one is there. They'll throw in the dustbin and go. Right?
Yeah.
But that is the devotee who will be waiting and watching near the dustbin. His only job is to, as soon as it goes into the dustbin, he'll put his hand and keep it in his bag. So practically speaking, the book keeps recycling there only in the airport. It will never go out of the airport.
Very nice.
Yeah, this is how it is.
Because that's what I'm wondering, because in university, some people are, because we just give it and just take it because we are insisting. And at the end, we don't know,
Yeah, you don't have control of all those things. Yeah, you're giving it for the sake of giving it. Pratap Maya Prabhu is always thinking big. He doesn't give one book, 2 books. He takes, for prison, 10,000 books presented. 15,000 books to the University of Royal Holloway and 20,000 books to Reading University. And then you go and see that there'll be only 2 people standing in the queue. And what will you do? All the other books, he'll come and keep in the garage, and we'll be scratching our head where to keep the rest books. So this is how natural, Prabhu.
No, it's okay.
Okay. Oh, it's
I
okay.
collected
Please.
some. I
Okay,
collected some
Kusum.
from Gumtree.
Yes, Prabhu.
Somebody
Yes,
took
Prabhu.
So
them in
Sole
Gumtree.
has said it's okay. That means please take all the books and keep it in a room.
No.
We will keep it for eternity.
Oh, Prabhu.
Next time we're going to Saleh's house and I'm
Please,
putting
please,
all the
please.
books over
Thank
there.
you.
Oh, here, so many books here.
Good.
Each
Please
book's
read.
got its own pastime, and it's Prabhupada who decides where they go. We're just the
Yes.
postman.
I've seen Patama Prabhu stocking books, so, in the students. Oh, this is nice. This is nice.
No,
And at
not
the end,
just that.
people.
What he's saying is true. Prabhupada
Yeah.
said, You can give a book. Can you speak the complete philosophy in few minutes? You're presenting the book. But if that book has one word, someone reads somewhere, right? They will read because it's atom bomb. It's the love of Godhead in that book. Why will that person not take it? He will read. It's just we have to tolerate. We'll have to be patient. We'll patiently wait that someday or the other that person will. There's so many beautiful pastimes. We all know we should read this nice pastimes about Prabhu. You should have a book distribution pastimes. One time, one devotee, the devotee was given this book, and this devotee did not bother. He kept it in the garage or somewhere. His great grandson or grandson or someone who took a book and become a devotee.
Oh, wow.
So like that, so many pastimes are there. There is a
I met
pastime
one
of
lady yesterday, and she said she gave the books to a charity shop, and then she spent the next 10 years wondering where she could find the books again in like separation, regretting giving them away. And then she came to Reading Mathayatra and she got all the books, and she said she held them like this. So
See, this is the power of Prabhupada books. One time we went and gave a book in India, and we went and gave the book. The lady started crying, and we just said, "Well, what did we do? Did we do any abuse or did we ask something wrong?" And this lady told us, "No, it's not that. You are coming and giving to me this book. Now I don't have a proper eye vision to see those books and read those books. I wish I had got these books 20 years back when I was youngster. And now I'm crying because I don't have the strength to read." So now you can imagine, we all have 4 eyes, 2 eyes, 2 extra eyes. So 4 eyes we have, but still that is not sufficient enough.
Yeah.
We are not inclined to touch Prabhupada books. We are not inclined to read Prabhupada books. We should inculcate that habit, right? Please practice this. This is very important. There is very, very wonderful pastimes which happens about book distribution in London and in other places in England and all other places around the world. So more we connect with them, then you will really love it. You need to understand this. This like one time one banker, he lost all his family in Chicago. He was a big time banker. He had so much money. He gave one Mataji gave the book, and he tore the book. He pushed the Mataji was giving book in the railway station on the track. Somehow or the other, train did not come, so she escaped. And this banker was very agitated, so he went off. But after many years, he came in searching for a temple. And when he came, he was sitting in the corner. And every day, he used to go to the last seat of the temple. He used to simply sit, see Prabhupada and see the lordships and walk off. Like that, many days happened, many months happened. No one used to go and talk to him. He used to come, simply sit like this and close his eyes and talk to the Lord. Somewhere he used to have trickles of tears, and he used to go back. One day, the temple president got curious. Why is this guy coming every day and crying, and he's showing, and then he's walking off? And then what he did was, one day when he said, "How can we help you?" And he said, "I want to give a small donation." And I was thinking about it for a long time. So now I am in a composed position. I want to give a donation. So please give, no problem. I am the temple president of this. How can we help you? He said, I also want a help from you. I want to find this Mataji who gave me this book and whom I pushed in the railway station. And I lost my family members, my brother, my wife, my son, and all in the same period of time. And I was a banker with so much richness, and now I'm completely zero without any. I have a lot of jobs, but I don't have anyone in my life. I have a big vacuum in my heart, so I don't know how to pacify myself. I'm coming here. I felt like committing suicide. I tried my levels best. I tried with the knot and put it on the ceiling, and the ceiling broke off. So then I realized that even to do that also, I don't have that karma of completing it. So I came to this temple, and I'm here, and I wanted to give a donation. So he wrote a value. The temple president was shocked, and he gave it back and said, "Sir, I think you made a mistake. Please change it." Instead of giving £1,000, he wrote it as £100,000, and he gave that. And then this guy was, "Yes, I am super rich, but what is the point? I don't have anything." This happened to us when I and my brother did a book distribution on a special day called Vaikuntha Ekadashi. One boy who was in the college, we were shocked. This guy came out, and then he was on his way, and he came to the temple, and then he took a book. We spoke to him for more than 2.5 hours. And then we gave him prasadam, we cared him, we talked to him, and we gave him the book, and he said, I don't have money. And he said, no problem, and all that we gave. After 2.5 hours, and then he collapsed and he started crying. And then we said, what is happening? Please come with me to my house. So when we went to his house, I didn't go, my brother went, I think, and one of the devotees went to drop him off, not very far. When he went, he showed us. He had a rope. He had written a letter, and he had kept everything ready that he was committing suicide. And the rope, before going and doing the suicide, he said, let me go to the temple and pray to God and then come back. Somehow or the other, he had a chance to come to the Lord's lotus feet, and that changed his life. Otherwise, we would not seen this person. So anything is possible. These books are the ones which is actually saving people in the entire world. So be a part of that. Don't be a guest to that. Be a part of that. Distribute as much as you can. That is why Annadanam, Godanam, Shastradanam. Do not hesitate to save. Do not hesitate to give that charity. It's in the mode of super goodness. Feel happy to give. You will love it. It will change many people, millions of people's life. 185 million copies of Bhagavad Gita have been distributed by BBT, Bhaktivedanta Book Trust, till date, from the inception at 1967 onwards, till date. So we are talking about a serious business of giving mercy to the many, many millions of souls. I hope this is very neat and understandable. Okay. All right. One more question if there is anyone. Otherwise, we'll stop here and we'll have to
Penny
connect
and
tomorrow.
Saule Mataji have a question each. So I think Penny's had her hand up. So
Okay.
Penny, do you want to go quick?
Yes, Penny.
Hare Krishna, it's not a very, it's a short question, so it's just, when you answered Kusun's question, you said Krishna karma, but I thought Krishna doesn't have any karma.
Oh, Krishna karma means the Lord doesn't have any karma. Undoubtedly, you're right. Krishna doesn't have a karma at all. But when we say Krishna karma means there is no karma associated. Akarma is called Krishna karma. Another word for akarma is equal to Krishna karma. Krishna karma's other word is akarma. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Okay, thanks for
Okay.
clarifying. So Saule Mataji, do you want to ask your question before we conclude?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Yeah, I wanted to share a little bit if I can. Can I share, Prabhu?
What do you want to share, Mataji?
Yeah, about the book distribution a little bit.
Please continue to do so.
It was so nice. I wanted to thank Pratapmaya Prabhu last year when he was teaching us how to distribute, like what to speak to people. It was so nice. And after that, like I got to know some people here and then in Kazakhstan like that. And then I feel that it is really changing people's hearts. One girl, in fact, she wrote me maybe like 2 months ago or something that she didn't want to, like she stopped eating meat like that. And it was like, wow. And I feel like what you're saying, everything is so true. Like Prabhupada's books are so powerful. Just wanted to share that. And then my question was, Prabhu, a little bit like, I mean, I realize like, yeah, I mean, I practice Krishna consciousness, and yeah, but sometimes still I have some kind of like, I don't know, difficulties or like, a bit of difficulties sometimes when you feel like you cannot overcome it. So what will be your maybe proposed like advice to sometimes when we feel low, really, like, yeah, because like I was trying to submit my report for some time and then like somehow or other it's a bit slow. Yeah, I was feeling a bit low about that. I don't know, what would you recommend?
Got nothing to do with Krishna consciousness, Mataji.
Yeah.
It
How
has
to,
got
how
only
to
to do with
overcome?
your own ways of working things towards
Yeah.
your own success. If you are Krishna conscious, none of these things will be an issue because it's natural. You will always be at the top of the class because you are doing for the pleasure of Krishna, because you are dedicating it for Krishna's pleasure. Every
Yes.
activity performed for the pleasure of the Lord will never go in vain. But in the process, if you feel that this is something which is what you are still not able to overcome, that means you should work on your weakness and start working on your weakness to get your strength back. You should connect with people who can help you out. I'm not a PhD person, so I literally don't have any information or the thought process of what is a white paper and what is your dissertation and all that. But at least I know that there are possibilities that if you connect with people who can help you out, you should get the answer. Prabhupada says it's the inclination towards doing something for the pleasure of Krishna makes a lot of difference. If you do it for your pleasure, then you will not move forward. But if you do it for Krishna's pleasure, then everything will fall in the right place. This is a fact. We have seen many people doing this, and they'll be all right with that. So continue to do so. You should be all right. Okay.
Thank
All right,
you,
Prabhu.
Ruby.
So is there any other questions? Otherwise, we'll stop here for today, and then we'll
Yes,
continue tomorrow. Tomorrow is the 18th chapter. Please be prepared. Complete your reading a little bit, because tomorrow is a very, very important chapter. Because
Can I
we are.
just say something? So some people are asking me about the quiz. So is tomorrow we're gonna get the certificate, or when? So just so everyone knows, so they can complete the quiz.
So you're asking me, or you're asking someone else?
Yeah, it won't
Yeah.
be tomorrow because we'll have to collate everything. But a quick announcement before we conclude tomorrow is Nityananda Trayadashi. So that is fasting till noon, I'm of the understanding, and then we can break the fast at noon with a feast of grain offered for the pleasure of Lord Nityananda. So we'll be posting some pastimes on Lord Nityananda on the WhatsApp group. It's a very special festival day in our calendar to get the mercy of Lord Balaram as Adi Guru, as the original spiritual master. So it's a very special and auspicious day to meditate on Guru Tattva, on the spiritual master, our relationship with our Guru, and by the mercy of Lord Nityananda, we get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. So it's a very auspicious day for spiritual practice. So please chant extra rounds and meditate on the pastimes of Lord Nityananda. And if you can fast till noon as well, then that is all for our benefit. Vishalpur, is there anything you'd like to add on that point before we conclude?
No, it's good. It's a great thing, because if you want really to know the subject matter of Bhagavad Gita also, we can't approach the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna directly. So we approach through his expansions. So Krishna's expansion is Balaram. Balaram is Nityananda. So you can, tomorrow is a good fasting day, but doesn't mean that those who are finding it difficult to fast, they can always drink some milk or some water or some fruits, but don't take grains. But end of day at around 12 o'clock, after you break it with grains.
12 noon, Prabhu, yeah?
Afternoon, yes. 12:01, you can take grains.
Omika's like
But if you're feeling hungry and you say, I can't fast because I'm not well, I need something to eat, then you can take some fruits, some juice, some milk. But don't take any grains in the morning, like porridge or Kellogg's or whatever you do. Don't take that. Especially, yeah, don't take porridge especially. That's very important. Okay. All right. So we will see you all tomorrow, 7 p.m.
Yeah, if anyone has any questions on that, please send us a direct message and we can take it offline. But thanks again, Vishalpur, for another wonderful class, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai.
His Grace Vishal Gauranga Prabhu ki jai.
Vanchika Patrivyaschа, Kritisandhavyacha,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for joining.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare